Hey, John from FatSax. In this video, I'm going to do a go through a case study. It's done after the fact, answering the question, do social media links help with SEO? Can social media links alone help increase the rankings in the search engines for a particular piece of content? And the short answer is yes, but I'm going to preface that and say generally for long tail keywords, okay? Now they can help with your ranking for more competitive keywords. Obviously you're going to need more backlinks, but really what I've done with these content that I'm going to go through the details of the content is that it's quite long tail. I didn't build other backlinks because it was just long tail. So one of the main differences between the two pieces of content is one was submitted to my fleet of social media channels and one wasn't. Okay, so that's how this is set up. Now, I want to make it clear, I didn't publish and write these pieces of content with a case study in mind. It was once I was going through my analytics account and checking out traffic and so forth, and I knew that these two pieces of content are very similar and they're promoting a high commission product for both of them. And I noticed that one was performing very well and one wasn't performing at all. And then I looked at my tracking sheets for social media and I realized one had been submitted to social media and one hadn't. So it's sort of done as an observation after the fact. If it had been a case study from the get-go, I probably would have structured a little bit more tightly. Okay, so I understand there's criticisms of this. Now, I also know that if some people in SEO are going to say that social media and engagement have no bearing whatsoever on organic search rankings. And in my experience, my observation is different than that. That's all I can tell you. The debate will continue, no doubt, for a long time. All right, I'm just showing you what I've observed uh, on one of my niche blogs. Okay, so content 1 was submitted to social media, content 2 not. Published date July 28 versus September 15. That is a difference, and that's significant. That's a 6 weeks difference. So content 1's had a little bit more time to rank in the search engines. But just to skip down, the difference in ranking is this content 1 is third on page 1. Content 2 is 14th, which is spot 4 on page 2. It's a huge difference. And notice, look at the traffic difference. I filtered out of analytics, looking only for organic search traffic. And in the last 30 days, I've got 414 visits for content 1, 45 for content 2. The revenue is big difference, 165, mostly affiliate commissions, and here is 11 cents, okay, from one of the display ads on the page. So, you know, if you take anything away from it, obviously a huge difference between page 2 and top of page 1. Now, keyword really targeting two main keywords for each. Just keyword 2 is plural form of keyword 1. Search volume is almost identical. Now here's one difference that may account for the disparity in the rankings is that the word count for this content's 500 words more than for content 2. So that is a significant difference and it should be accounted for. All right, so yes, there are differences in the content itself. Does it all account for the difference in the rankings? I don't think so. What is that missing factor? It's the fact, in my opinion, in my experience, that the fact that the content 1 was actually submitted to my fleet of social media channels. So that's my conclusion. Now let's take another aspect of the analysis. We've got to look at the competitive analysis for both sites. All right, this is Market Samurai, and what I did is I took the keyword for the main keyword for content 1, main keyword for content 2, and you can do what's called a competitive analysis. And it's pretty slick because it's going to show the first 10 websites for those keywords ranked in Google search, and basically lists a whole bunch of ranking factors here. And green means that for those sites it's not very strong. Yellow means they're moderately competitive websites, and red means it's a very strong ranking. The site's performing very, very well in that perspective. So overall, there's a lot of green here. Okay, more competitive keywords would have a lot more yellow and red. So right off the bat, we know that these are long tail. These are pretty easy keywords to rank for. Okay. But I will admit that content 2, which is the bad performing content, has a little bit more yellow and a little bit more red, which means that it is a little bit harder to rank content number 2 regardless. Okay, the social media sites that were submitted to for content 1, just the usual ones, the big ones. I didn't submit it to like hundreds and hundreds of them, just the main ones. I have active channels on all of these, and that's where it was posted to. Okay, now clearly Criticisms, yes, I know that I'm going to receive a lot of criticism for this because it's not a real case study. There are problems with it, and I totally agree with you. I'm doing this video just to show you what my observations are, and I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And sorry, I'm not going to actually reveal the website or the content itself, and that alone is a criticism. But I don't reveal my niches at all, just because that's just a decision I've made. So, we're targeting different keywords, different levels of competition. The content, obviously one is 500 more words and one is a little bit more competitive. So, it's not apples to apples 100%, and that may account for some of the disparity, but it's my opinion that posting to social media did actually help content one to perform better than content two. So additional comments, I've published now about 270 posts to this one niche blog that I'm dealing with here, and only about 107 been posted to social media, which means that, and I've noticed that the ones that do get posted to social media tend to perform better and get more organic search traffic. That's not a scientific conclusion, that's just an observation that I've noticed. And so it's just supportive of that. I can't help but think that actually posting to social media and getting some engagement on a post is going to help in the search engine rankings. That's it. That's my observation, and you can ignore it. You can think that I'm totally wrong about that, or you can, if you are into SEO in any way, and generally I think any site that you publish, you should give it some consideration. You might go out and actually start posting to your social media channels. So concluding comments, all right. I recommend building out social media channels based on this and posting your content to it. Not only can it be a good source of traffic on its own, that's primarily why I do it. I don't use social media channels for the search, but it's certainly helping. And post regularly to it. New piece of content, post it. Social media links are penguin proof, which is really nice. It would be nuts if it weren't. I mean, yeah, every website gets a lot of social media engagement, and can you spam it? I suppose you could. I've never thought about it or tried it. I'm not really interested in that, but I suppose you could set up hundreds and hundreds of social media accounts if you're inclined to, and just link away. I think you'd experience very, very quickly diminishing returns, but I'm not doing that. Some aside comments. Obviously, a top 5 SERP listing is going to perform much better than a page 2 listing. That's pretty obvious, but it is amazing what the difference is. And you know, here's a consideration: is a lot of niche websites and publishers with big social media channels are offering in their media kits postings to their social media channels. Not only can it drive a lot of traffic to your posts, but it might help with your search engine rankings, and it's something to consider. In my media kit, I'm offering posts across my social media channels, so, and I know I'm not alone in that. And here's another little side comment: is my posts, I'm the only one for the content that's ranked number 3. I get quite a bit of traffic. If you remember, I get 445 visits in the last 30 days for keywords that are getting like a total search volume of 400. Now obviously I'm ranking for a lot of other keywords for that and pulling that in. But I think even though I'm third, I'm getting a lot of traffic compared to the 2 listed above me, and that's because I'm the one with the number in the title. It's a list title, and they don't have that, and so that number really jumps out, and I think it's converting very, very well in the search engines. And that's something to consider when you write your titles, your meta titles that show up in the search engine results pages. Is you want to also pay attention to conversion. So thanks a lot for watching. You can do with this information as you wish. You might completely disagree with me and ignore everything, or you might actually think there's something to it. I think there is. That's my observation. That's why I put the video together. That's why I wrote the extensive blog post on this. So I do suggest, if you want to learn more about what I'm doing with my niche sites, check out fastxblog.com. It's a good blog. It's basically loaded with what I'm doing in real niche sites. I mean, other niche sites, not just how to blog. I'm actually out there doing this other stuff most of the time, and I suggest checking it out. And if you want to get email updates as to when I post new content, you just go straight to the blog, and I have options to sign up for it, or you can just go to this domain here and just sign up. You'll get a report and all that, but it also puts you on the email list that I'll send out an email when I've got new posts and new info available. Thanks again for watching.